Okay, guys, what do you do when you realize when the Lord finally wakes you up? You're to feel precious that He's letting you see these things and letting people like me teach you and learn you from what He's woke you up from. And one day you wake up and you realize everything except 2 plus 2 is a lie. Everything that you were taught in school was a lie. The Civil War was over greed. The North wanted to own everything that the South had. It had nothing to do with slavery. Abraham Lincoln told them they could keep the slaves for 40 years if they would just submit. And the South said no. Abraham Lincoln didn't care about slaves. None of them cared about slaves. We're all slaves. We always have been. White people's been slaves for thousands of years. So, there that is. Um, Hitler, all the lies, you know. And I'm no Nazi and don't want to be, and I have hatred, and I don't hate a Jewish person, but, that was a big lie about him. Um, the Vietnam War, we bombed our own ship to get us into that. Um, World War II, sinks their own ships to get into that. It's on and on and on, and the media and the newspapers are right in with it. When you finally sit down and think, and you realize, and it hits you, and you're like, they have lied. They have lied all about all of it. What do you do? What can you do? When you finally realize that the people in the hospitals in the last few months have been murdered, that they have seen that this is a trial run, and I've always said this. They have seen the people will submit. Nobody is doing a thing about all those people being murdered in the hospitals right now, under the false pretense of a virus. Not people. They're lining up. They're wearing their masks. They're being good little sheep, like they're being told to be. And now is a good time to chemtrail bomb something, and the 65 million deaths is going to come. Um, let's get into a few things here, guys. Out in California, and then I know in England, New Zealand, Australia, they're taking people's mailboxes down. You can't even get your mail if you was caught without your mask, or if you caught without the distance, or if you say no, you're not doing this. They're taking people's mailboxes away, and in California, they're shutting off their water. They're turning their electric off. They're going to make them submit. People, when are you going to say enough is enough? When is it going to happen? It just can't keep going like this. You're just going to hand America over. You're going to hand your soul over. The United Nations is a fraud, and they're doing all this. They want total control. Have you ever noticed? And I noticed this when we did some training out in the Red River Gorge, which is a federal lands here in Kentucky. And a few years back, we were out there, and I noticed a UN sign. Have you ever noticed the United Nations signs on your state camp places and protected lands and stuff like that? Have you noticed that? Well, now they're tearing the roads up where people can't get in to places like that, and they're setting people up at the on the roads, and there's only allowed, and if you can go in, there's only so many people allowed, and you got to make an appointment and things like this to visit what was paid for by by 60, 70 years back. Your family's been paying for these federal lands for 50, 60, 70 years. And they're just stopping people from looking. And so if you haven't read or even listened to Agenda 21, Agenda 2030, um, Bush and Obama, his name is on that, the two worst presidents that's ever been, um, along with the Bilderbergs and the Rockefellers and all those guys. This is all going to be it's on a planetary scale. A planetary scale. It's a go look at prisonplanet.com, prisonplanet.com. There you go. You need to go check that out. And it's a global enslavement by the NAU, the North American Union, which would be part of the Agenda 2030, is where the North American Union is Canada, the United States, and Mexico, and Central America. See, they're going to map out, the whole world is going to change, and there's going to be zones. And, and you're not even going to be able to travel from a zone like FEMA, how FEMA's got their zones laid out. But all around the planet, if you want to call this a planet, myself, I don't think it's a planet, but that's me. You can think about what you want to think about. Um, these rich and these singers and these actresses. If you've never heard of the word adrenochrome, and I think I got that word right, these people would probably die without it. What adrenochrome is where you take a person, a child, a baby, and you torture this person, this kid, this baby. You torture and torture and torture, and as this stress builds up where they're being tortured so much into the brain, they stick a needle in and withdraw it. And these people are they use it. These singers, these actors, they're Satanists. Exactly. That's what they are. They're Satanists. But it's called adrenochrome, and that's something that you ought to check out. Some people like us are finally, we're finally starting to push back. No matter where you live, don't be an order follower. Don't be an order follower. You go your own way. God has laid a path out for you. That not them. They haven't. The only path they've laid out for you is a total submission and death. That's it. You're a sheep. You're going to be a worker pretty much. Um, Might as well say like an Amazon worker. They don't want the children to touch nobody, to hug nobody, and they start all this into this agenda in the schools. And now, they if kids, just imagine a kid would go, let's just say 1 year without being hugged, or just imagine that. A baby, a child, or even a person. Um, right now, the media is you're being trained by the world government, by the globalists. That's what they are. Everybody has a part. Everybody around this planet has a part, and there's millions of them. You wouldn't believe it that there's millions. Um, After this video, I'm going to put up another video. It belongs to somebody else. And I don't know if I can just get out and say, hey, go visit this channel or go visit that channel. But in my descriptions, I can throw out channels, like if I got the video or part of a video or something off of their channel, I try to put it in the description so I can share it. But because I want you to be informed, I want you to see that other channel that I watch and listen to. And I don't ever find myself surprised because I probably learned all this before a lot of people even had a channel. I'm just not the person to do what I'm doing right now. But it's getting so bad, somebody has to do something. Um, that's why I always say hit that subscribe button. Tell your friends to hit the subscribe button and give me a platform out there. And don't forget, if you haven't watched the video, we're going to do I'm going to do a giveaway on my 100th subscriber, and that might not that's not a lot, but to me it is. It's right now. I think I'm at 76, so I'm hoping that at least 76 people are starting to question. They're starting to question themselves and others. You know, um, I think I've already told you on the one. There going to be some forced inoculations, and they want the population reduced, and this is no secret. It's not a secret, and if you don't know it, it's just because you haven't learned. And and that's my Kool-Aid, my orange. I love Kool-Aid, and they're I don't know how much longer America can stand this. I really don't. I don't know how much longer the people can stand this. They're trying to override our will. And some, God forgive them, some is going to give in. But you can't. You can't give in. You've got to hold on. Hold on while you can still hold on. A better day is come. The life that we once knew it in the United States, on God's planet, it's over, people. It's over. It's gone. It'll never come back. This is our life. Well, actually, it's going to get worse. But the life as we know it, it's over with. It's pretty much over with. And I'm not saying learn to live with it. Don't live with it. Don't let these people force you into a corner and make you do what you've had to do. So far, there was one place that me and Shelly were stopped from going into. They said you had to have a mask on, and that was a pawn shop. I buy a lot of stuff at pawn shops. I got all of our TVs at pawn shops, all my tools. This laptop came from a pawn shop. This printer didn't, but this laptop did. And they said you had to have a mask on, and I said no. I'm not going to look like the fool that you look like. They're going to, I think, the city of Austin, in their budget. They want enough money to blow up their police department. This is Austin, Texas. Learned that from Alex Jones. And Alex Jones is true to a certain extent, but you got to know, what you got to pick and choose what you want to believe from him. But they're gonna the police departments. They're gonna get rid of them because police departments are community. They're run by the city by a mayor, and then what they'll do is they'll get rid of them, and then there'll be two, three, four, five more different things that will be considered the same thing. But don't forget, there's always going to be somebody to arrest you for something, some law that was man-made law. There's God's law too. You have a right to just about everything. I don't buy a fishing license because I don't need a license to fish. I don't need to pay somebody to go catch a fish. I don't buy a hunting license because I don't have to give you some money for me to go out here and shoot something to eat, and I'm not going to do it. And I think I've had a driver's license for like 25 years, and I'm not going to get one. You can't tell, I got to go pay you because I want to drive. So it's not going to happen, people. It's not going to happen. You need to start push back. You need to start pushing back. And the last thing I want to tell you is, for one whole day, one whole 24 hours, turn off the laptop, turn off the TV, and turn off the radio. And all of this goes away. It all just disappears. Poof, it's gone. Turn it off for one day, 24 hours. Get up at 6 o'clock in the morning. No TV, no radio, no computer. Just live your life. Just live it. And it all goes away. How easy is that to just hit that button? Just hit that button and it makes it all go away. So hit that subscribe button. But it's just, we tried it, and it's like none of this ever happened. Guys, it's Saturday in August, so it's pretty nice out. Have a good weekend, and remember, you've got the world is at your fingertips. But don't use them for 24 hours. You can learn the truth. All right, guys, y'all have a good weekend. Roger out.